So how do we go from there? How do we realize that in as much as that is 100% true, there is a gift in time that we are also supposed to be good stewards of, and that is realizing that time is also in its progressive movement, which is a gift. And how do we value that gift? How do we value the gift of time? Hey there, welcome to Conversations with Ree, episode 4. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Rita, but you can call me Ree. This platform is dedicated to self-discovery. In this space, you and I exchange various ideas and thoughts on various experiences. I also document different aspects of everyday life. I currently post every 2 weeks, so that's 2 videos every month. In the middle of the month, I post Conversations with Ree, like what you are watching right now. And at the end of the month, I post a monthly vlog, which is just various aspects and various things that I did that month. So thank you for passing by. So let's get right into it. The last 2 sessions we've had, we were talking about the long game mindset and just beginning to explore ideas and thoughts on having that right mindset with time, looking at life from the view that we are not chasing, rather we are building, and also beginning to talk about not panicking through life and having that idea that I'm not running out of time. That's how I need to look at everything, and I do not need to do it all right now. I just need to begin. And yeah, it was quite interesting. I am loving the feedback I am still getting over those discussions. Keep them coming, keep sharing. I'll link them to this video. So now that we have that as our foundation in terms of what we are developing or doing or getting productive around, I thought we would cap the conversation would cap that thought process with the power of starting now, or we could call it being intentional about starting with the right relationship with time as the mindset we are in, knowing that we are building rather, not chasing. So how do we go from there? How do we realize that in as much as that is 100% true, there is a gift in time that we are also supposed to be good stewards of, and that is realizing that time is also in its progressive movement, which is a gift. And how do we value that gift? How do we value the gift of time? I think that is what I'm trying to say. Yes, that's the word. I think it just came to me right now. Valuing the gift of time. So I will throw in a little personal thing that's going on with me. Over the last couple of years, say 2 or so, I have been putting on some weight. I haven't been doing anything about not putting on weight or doing anything particular to put on weight. I just have. As time has been going by, I just have, because I haven't been intentional about either side of the scale. However, in December, bits and pieces of last year, I was trying to get into this workout routine, and I realized I wasn't yet ready, but I thought, how about what else can I begin with? So I looked into my diet and things I've been reading about and researching on, and I realized I want to take out sugar from my diet. And the effect of that has been that just in the last 3 months or so, I've dropped about 3 kilos. I haven't done a weight check in a while now, but last I checked, which was towards the beginning of March or mid-March, I was about 3 kgs less than I was in December. And that's the end of December. That's just before the Christmas break. So where I'm going with this is whether I do something towards anything or whether I don't, a month is going to pass by, 6 months are going to pass by, a year is going to pass by, 5 years are going to pass by, 10 years are going to pass by. You get the point, right? Time is going to pass by. And there's a value in that gift, which is starting now, becoming intentional about starting on what it is we're supposed to start on. So, I've been having such a reality check when it comes into things like investments and savings, and just thinking that if there are certain habits which I have built now that I was doing, that I began to do, say, at 19, 20, or if I'm being extra ambitious, say 15, like from that very first money that you earned from an odd job or work that you did for a relative, or that very first job that you could say, yes, I actually got my very first paycheck, no matter how little it was, but it meant the world to you, because that's my story. What if I had, say every month put away, I don't know, 200 shillings over the last couple of years, let's say a 10-year period, since 15 years to 25, just 200 shillings every month. That's about $2. Okay. Or we could go with 500 shillings every month. And the first aspect about this is, say I was just saving that. At 25, I would probably be wiser in my investments and planning and know what to do with that chunk of money that I earned over the last 10 years. And now I can look into, that was just savings, and now I can look into investments. You're looking for this big pile of money, which I could have simply gotten by putting away $5, 500 shillings every month. If 500 was too much for me, I could have started with, say, 200. Then maybe by the time I was 21, probably moved it up to 500 per month. And by the time I was 23, maybe moved it to 1,000. And I'm really starting with smaller figures, so we can just make it something possible for each one of us. It could grow. You could work with bigger numbers if that works for you. The point I'm making here is, I know we do need to have a discussion on finances and investments and savings and all this, but I do know that a lot of us in our later years make a lot of rush investment decisions and panic investment decisions and big risk investment decisions because it all has to work right now. Whereas if we had, started the journey with time to spend and time to just experiment and try out different things, we would be wiser. Right now, we're like, just put all your savings in one thing and cross your fingers that it works, because big risks, big rewards, or the worst. Whereas if you are doing this gently and giving yourself time to think and say, wait, I have this big pool of money, but I'm not panicking, I want to do that. So ultimately, we are looking at, our financial story, our projects, our business ideas, our lifestyle habits, that's eating and working out. The list is endless, but where I am trying to get us to go is, realizing that over time things compound, things come together, positively or negatively. So you're either doing things towards something that lead to positive results, or you are either doing certain things towards something that lead to negative results, or you're doing nothing and you will get results. And also positive and negative. What I really want to leave us with is, now that we would like to progress with a healthy relationship with time, the truth is it is a lot easier if you start now, or if you started before but you didn't, but you can start now. So you might be watching this at 15 and there's all these things you need to do. Perfect. Get on it. You could be watching this at 25 and missed a whole 10. You have so many more years ahead. So start now. You could be watching this at 35, at 45, at 55, at 65. Each of us in our different aspects, we may have lost time gone by, but we also have so much time ahead of us. So how about we begin? How about we become intentional about starting? How about we realize the power of starting now? Yes, I think that is what I really wanted to touch on today, and have us thinking, have us challenged into beginning a couple things that we have set in our hearts, have set in our minds, or just things that we need to do for ourselves, clean up, do that deep clean in the house that you've been putting off for some time, begin on that healthy diet that you've been thinking about, or cutting back on certain things. I don't know. The list is endless. Maybe I'm interested in knowing what is your list or your thing that you need to start now. You needed to remember that there's such a power in starting now. I need to begin. And let's see where this discussion leads us a year from now. Maybe we can do a recap and some of the changes we have begun to experience because we understood it was time. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad we get to do this every month. I look forward to our next. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your April. We're in our second quarter. There's a lot going on in the world, but there's also that place where, despite it all or in spite of it all, I hope you have your peace. I hope you have that surety that, you know what, everything's gonna be okay. And I gotta keep going. So bye for now. See you in the next Conversations with Ree in a month, or at the end of the month for my monthly vlog. Bye.